So I was planning on reviewing both Dio vs Alucard and Akuma vs Shao Kahn in the same episode, but I decided that I wanted to save my thoughts on that for now. I was a little hyped for this matchup, considering the last fighting game versus fighting game episode became my favorite episode period. So I had hopes. Although I didn't get to watch the preview until right before the episode came out, so I was still optimistic that it would be good. And what did I think? Well, let's go see, why don't we? I mean, you're watching this for a reason. Wow, that was a short-ass intro. So let's start where we always start, the analysis segments. Akuma's is very good. I really enjoy how it's paced and the jokes. It's really well done. Shao Kahn's is just okay. It's not filled with many good jokes like the previous, but it's still pretty alright. Now the big one. The fight. Well, I dislike it. Let's start with the setup. I think it's very stupid. Akuma randomly kills some dude in a tourney with no other opponent, and Shao Kahn gets pissed off because he thinks he's trying to take the throne, and they fight. We see their models, and Akuma's is the one from Tekken 7, fucking based. And Shao Kahn's is from MK11, unbased. We also get ideas of their voices. Philip Sacramento does a good job with Akuma and isn't all too bad. Gianni Matrigano is not good. His voice doesn't sound nearly as commanding or threatening, and I don't buy his authority for a second. It sounds so dumb. We get the first bit of combat, and it was so iffy to me when I saw it in the previews, and I thought it was janky as hell. I do realize that it was a reference to fighting games and how they control, but it's so stupid. And it looks even more stupid when Akuma jumps up with no build-up and kicks Akuma with no impact before being flipped and punched towards a pillar. He jumps off it and fires a Go Hadouken, which Shao catches in an honestly cool shot, and he uses his telekinesis in the fucking funniest way imaginable. He smacks Akuma 3 times in the most unintentionally funny way possible before delivering my least favorite line all season. Not only does it sound fucking stupid, but the delivery is straight up awful. Akuma then does that teleport thing, but it looks so dumb and slow and just makes it seem like Shao fucking missed, and it's so funny to look at. Akuma gets another solid line with likely the best combo of the episode and gets another word delivered well enough before releasing a Shinko Hadouken, but the pose looks a bit stupid and it's like he's not putting his all into the attack, so it wastes a little impact. Also nice green screen shot. Shao emerges and swings at Akuma very jankily until he eventually sends him flying with a cartoony clank. Also, this shot is actually pretty decent, good job. Shao then taunts him in the direction he went and somehow doesn't notice Akuma punching him in the face. Now I'm convinced that Shao Kahn is fucking blind. At least Shin Akuma is here, and he brings my favorite segment of the fight with him. I love how he uppercuts Shao, then jumps off a wall to do the Tatsumaki Zanyaku, only for Shao Kahn to turn it into his backbreaker. He stomps on his head, which you can see the effect overlapping onto his shoe, then he headbutts him with literally no effect. He then tries to take Akuma's soul with his one good line in this episode, and then Akuma gets my favorite line without a doubt. The delivery really works for me, and Philip Sacramento is killing it here. What isn't killing it though is Oni. Holy shit, what happened? He changed models between frames before apparently doing his Giza move, and Shao Kahn's hammer just appears instead of teleporting in like in the storyboards. Then we get the Season 8 shot with Oni rising out of the dust with glowing eyes. Too bad the model looks fucking stupid. It contrasts so badly with the Tekken 7 model, and he looks like a child in this pose. Also, I don't know why I noticed this, but his left foot isn't even on the ground here. He blasts forward and starts wailing on Shao Kahn, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but I really like this shot here. It shows Oni has no restraint and demonstrates his ferocity. Plus I wasn't bothered by the jank. Too bad the next shot has no impact and looks janky as fuck. It also shows how much Shao Kahn bodies Akuma all fight. It's really upsetting how both the sound and action of the fight just can't catch a break. That was a clunky way to start talking about the track, but who cares? I don't like Sachoi no Sekai. It's a backing track indeed, but it feels very repetitive after a while. It does have moments of emphasis to help the animation, like the chanting during the Oni transformation and the end, which I will get to later on. Shao summons a spear which Oni dishes and jumps off of, firing Go Hadoukens that straight up look unfinished. Shao reflects them back with a lazy effect and we zoom in on Oni's stupid face get blown up. He just doesn't care though. Another thing that screams unfinished to me by the way. Shao Kahn is standing perfectly still here, and the next shot he's charging full speed at Oni. Nice. Oni just tells the spear attack to piss off before firing the attack I forgot the name of. What a dingus my brain can be. I do not like the shot of Shao Kahn blocking midway through. It's like he was an actor who remembered they're supposed to be blocking a big attack. Oni flings himself forward like a Hot Wheels car, gets another cool line, and punches right through Shao Kahn and then goes into a Shoryuken. Shao's helmet falls off so we have to deal with his stupid face for the rest of this, and Oni stops and finds the Google Effects page with red lenses. Shao rips his heart out for some reason, and Oni goes in for the Raging Demon. Oni just does his thing and backhands a hammer swing, then does his attack. I am fine with it. It looks nice enough but I'm not gonna pop off if I see it again. Shao Kahn remembers he's supposed to be bodying and that leads into the worst death of the season with no doubt. He grabs Oni's punch, finds the Google Effects page as well. We get a zoom in on his hammer flying diagonally. He rips Oni's arm off apparently. He weakly bumps him down and the hammer falls flat on his face. And with no build-up or time to process, Shao Kahn immediately swings a hammer into his face and says a blatantly wrong flawless victory. Okay, that sucked. First off, why in God's name was the hammer flying diagonally? It should have shown it flying straight down but it makes no sense logically. Second off, why is Shao Kahn smiling and why didn't he move his top half at all? The storyboards gave it so much more impact. And third off, why is there literally 2 seconds between Shao spawning the hammer and then saying his ending line? It's baffling to me. The storyboards had the same no time to breath problem, but the hammer swing looks so much more impactful there. This is an episode that I wasn't really caring about and I was thankfully not getting my hopes up for. I can see why I dislike this. It's blatantly unfinished and I wish it wasn't. With it being in Blender, it's clear that the SFM team did the best they could. This clearly isn't their strong suit but it was theirs to work on anyway. I wish they had more time to clean this up cause I would have possibly raised its score. But for now, I'm putting it as the weakest of the season with a 3/10. Lex vs Doom isn't actually that awful anymore, it's just really mediocre. Now how about that next time boys? Korra's coming to death battle and I couldn't be more excited. Her opponent has me so hyped and I can't wait to see how they interpret it. It's very close in my opinion. Now that's what I would have said if it was Ray or Delson. Now, who in the ever-living fuck asked for this? Korra is one of my favorite protagonists ever. I love her journey of discovery, from learning to be an avatar to a teenager to balancing the entire world. She's such an interesting character and Legend of Korra is a really good show, excluding season 2 cause that sucked. So I am very pissed that she's getting fed to a Marvel Herald. It's so uninteresting and simply annoying. Storm is a good character from what I've heard, and she was cool in some of the comics I've read. She is pretty cool. That doesn't change how I think of this next time. It especially pisses me off because not only did they ignore 2 other way better moves, but this is likely going to be a filler episode. Every season has had a filler episode and this is seeming no different. It's so annoying to me, but I'm not gonna put my hopes down because I'm still very excited for Korra. For what I want to happen in the fight, I want Korra to be pushed back enough only for her to burst back up in the Avatar state. I want a reference to her probe-ending matches in Season 1, and I would like Storm to use all her elemental abilities at once to destroy Korra as the finisher. I can think of more but I honestly can't be bothered dragging this any further. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry I haven't had time to upload, I've been busy with Survival Stadium and my life. But I am writing a video on my favorite video game series, that'll come soon hopefully. Until then, see you later.